Hi everyone, welcome back or welcome to the channel. I'm Brie.
And I'm Tori.
Today we are back to experience some more artistry, power, grace, elegance, all of the things. We are going to be watching all of the 8 contemporary art series. I'm calling it a series. I don't know if they called it a series. But we're going to be watching all the contemporary art videos that he has. And we do know there are I think 1 or 2 other solo songs or solo performances from the 8 that we have not yet gotten to, but these were all labeled as contemporary art. So we wanted to go ahead and do these. This is kind of our in between the albums. As we said, we were going to try to mix some of these solos and performances and all those things in. So this is one I know you guys, a lot of you have been asking for pretty much all of the 8 solo stuff. And when we were trying to look into how to do it, we're like, hey, there's several of these named contemporary art. Let's put those together.
Sounds like those should go together.
Yeah. So that does not mean we won't get to the other stuff eventually, the other songs that he has, but we're going to do these for now. So when we looked it up, there were 3 main ones, 3 full songs. Did you just buckle in?
Yes.
Okay. There were 3 full songs, and then we also noticed there was one called Doodle Diary. Now, I don't really know why it's called that one, but I think we saw in the description it was Billie Eilish's song. So really curious to see what we're getting into today. We're buckling up, apparently.
I did see that he had choreography credits on one of the in one of the videos. I'm assuming that he probably does for all of these.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
we also have one lyric video in here because one of the songs I believe has Falling Down has lyrics to it, but it's not on the video. And then there's Abyss, which I think may have something, but there's
mostly seemed like an audio track.
And then the other ones were, what the other one? It was just an audio track, I think.
So we'll find out when we get there. But we are super excited. I hope it's come across how much we absolutely adore Ming Hao and his, I say artistry because there's just so many aspects to what it is that he can do. The dancing, just the singing, everything that he does. So I'm very excited to spend some time focusing on that piece of himself that he does seem so proud of and to adore and really work on and focus on.
Just his poise alone.
Yes.
He gives up that aura.
Ming Hao. You just kind of adore him when you look at him and you're just in awe. So that's what we're going to spend this video doing. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video as well. We're going to go ahead and start with the a little bit less than 2-minute Doodle Diary, which I think this one is the Billie Eilish song. And then we have the others in order of how they came out. So thanks for being here. Let's go. Pause warning in case.
Fall apart twice a day. I just wish you could feel what you say. Show, never tell, but I know you too well. Got a mood that you wish you could sell. Teardrops could be bottles, there'd be swimming pools filled by models. Told a tight dress is what makes you a whore. If I love you was a promise, would you break it? If you're honest, tell the mirror what you know she's heard before. I don't wanna be you anymore. Hands getting cold, losing feeling is getting old.
On the other side of that doodle was a face.
considering the song itself, and I'm not saying it's like a literal interpretation of the song, but the song is very much a struggle with yourself and disliking yourself, essentially not wanting to be you anymore. And the struggle in his dance, I feel like really portrayed that. And then, of course, he's holding this doodle, this drawing of a face, possibly his face, I'm not sure. But he embodied that struggle, almost like there's this outside force pulling you away. That first initial like pull where it looked like something literally tugged him away, and all of the spinning. Just like, we are not technical dancers. We do not know a lot of technical terms, but I do know when something is incredibly beautiful and captivating, and that is absolutely what that was.
To me, it kind of seemed like the doodle was the one that was tugging him, and then when he finally let it go, it was interesting at the beginning because I felt like I went, because of the way he looked at like the camera specifically. I felt like the viewer like just like pushed him or something, and he was like, "Hey, what was that about?" But I felt like the doodle, or I guess if it was himself, was tugging him into places he didn't want to go, and then when he finally put it down, he kind of went like a little bit like frantic in trying to escape this circle, but every time he would come up against the border where the darkness hit, he would like have to stop, and he couldn't pass that border. And then he finally made that way back to the drawing where we finally get to reveal that the side that he's seeing, I guess, might be himself. And it almost looked like the eyes were like darkened out. I couldn't tell if that was just like the makeup or something, or the artistry of it, but that was interesting. But yeah, it was like he couldn't leave this circle.
Yeah, the darkened like edges and this barrier, this border was very intriguing as well. So that's
found his way back to.
I'm so excited for these because he's such a storyteller in his movements as well.
Which, if you notice, when he picked up the paper, it no longer yanked him. He pulled it, and like it was almost like he could move it. But the like how fluid he was, those like the like acrobatic like.
It honestly renders you speechless, and so we'll probably just ramble about things that we don't know technical terms for, but
no,
he deserves all the praise.
All right, so we're going to listen to this lyric video so we can watch the dance knowing the lyrics going in. I don't know if they're going to have any correlation to each other, but just in case. And then, yeah, the rest of the videos after this should all just be the dance videos. Ooh. I have chills. The breath. Back to the start. Ooh, violin. That vibrato right there. The way the track went along with the lyrics there was so beautiful. His voice was, I really liked that. I liked seeing, like, that was, almost felt like that was kind of new because I felt like we've seen the 8 song that we watched. The other solo was very different, like the sound of it.
I listened to like 3 times on the way home today.
Did
side
you?
by side.
But like it's so different from this, and this was kind of like a new side for us to see. Just this, you know, this was different. I like this a lot. I like the way that the track would pick up when it was like everything was collapsing, is like when everything in the track would just hit. Like you could almost just see it shattering and collapsing and just like, you know. And then the rest of the track itself, when it wasn't doing that, was just like, it was also like, it was almost like a juxtaposition because it was really delicate.
It was very,
It was so delicate. And then it would all just kind of shatter and come down.
I got chills in the beginning. I was sucked into this immediately. It was one of those songs that pulls you in and does not let you go. And I can tell this is one that's going to stick with me for a very long time because of the way it just immediately sucked you in. Both the track, the instrumentation, his vocals, and also the lyrics. They were honestly very dark and raw. And like you were saying, because we had side by side the last time we did a Minghao solo. And so it is that difference in the sides of him that we've seen. And so I really enjoy the rawness, the truth, the vulnerability that comes from a song like this, as emotional and difficult as it may be. It was beautiful in a very dark way. So I'm really excited to see this performance.
How heart-wrenching the dance is about to be. It's about to like literally pull into my chest and grab my heart out. Knowing
how he can emote those things and the lyrics that we just read and the emotion that comes with this song, I think it's going to be spectacular.
I feel too that I'm curious. I feel like this is all going to be somewhat cohesive now because I can see this coming out of the last one. Like the vibe of the song and like the lyrics and the message and stuff. Like it's not like they're not like he did this and then he's turning on and doing another, what do you call this? He's calling this art, this contemporary art. This art piece kind of almost seems like it's kind of flowing together, or at least has a very similar like the art has a theme. Yeah. Which I mean, and if it didn't, that would have been fine too, but that's just kind of the feel I got from those two together. We haven't seen the other ones.
Introspective, internal struggle, that pain you feel within yourself.
All right, let's bump this up.
Also, I adore hearing them sing in their native languages.
Yeah.
Oh. That spotlight.
Oh.
I can't match up.
Oh, whoa, that was...
Chills again. The struggle.
Jeez. Oh. Mm. Not what I meant to do. I meant to stop it before. I guess I could have let it go, but still.
It's the composition, the lyrics, and the choreography.
Like, wow. It almost seemed like this second, I don't know if it's another version of himself, if it's like a person that was like controlling and they were fighting at one point.
There was definitely like sort of the puppeteer aspect.
Yeah.
The
where, like, get down, don't fly. Because there was a lot of, it really reminded me of like almost like they had wings.
Mm-hmm.
Or he was trying to like fly away. I don't know if that's just me being literal about it because I don't know anything about contemporary dance.
I saw the wings aspect a lot.
Yeah.
I saw the controlling. It almost seemed to as though it was almost just like controlling, but also like Ming Hao had no expression.
Mm-hmm.
He was not in charge of himself in the slightest for a while, and then he started a bit more of that struggle because in the beginning there's just nothing here. It's almost like apathetic. And he's moving along with this other individual, and as there's more of a struggle, this other persona gets more and more aggressive about the controlling, and the colors changed. And every time it was blue, it was very painful to watch because the struggle had gotten so big.
And then he kind of gets taken back down. That's why he constantly like falls back. Mm-hmm. So it's almost like I think the part to me that really stood out was the part where he gets shoved into this tiny area with the light, and it was really narrow, and he couldn't he was just like in this really small space, and you could just see the other dancer's hand just do the downward down.
Yeah,
like,
he was
signal.
going like this.
Yeah.
Yes. And then almost like his wings were broken and he just couldn't fly up. Which, I mean, pairing that to the lyrics. Yes, pairing that to the lyrics, though, like if we're comparing it to yourself versus yourself, you can sometimes be your own worst enemy and controlling yourself in ways that are not allowing you to succeed and to fly. And there, can be a lot of external circumstances to that as well, but it feels like that kind of like war within yourself.
You were also right in that first one where they went blue and it looked like they were trying to be like in sync, and they were just completely out of sync.
It's like they couldn't match up, and it kind of caused this big issue. And then here again, where it was blue, there was that a lot of like attempted mirroring, but it's not working because he's trying so hard to break out of it and break free. And then we end with this scene, like trying your best in a very natural state of being to reach toward that life or that light. And it was
almost like being born again.
That's what I thought as well. But trying really hard like he's not there yet. He's still reaching towards it. So
interesting.
So many emotions. I feel like even not knowing the lyrics, it would have invoked that emotion, but I am really glad that we did, so that we had that added layer, especially considering his hand in the lyrics.
I feel like they kind of went hand in hand with that for sure.
Yeah.
With the message that they were portraying in the video as well.
This one, okay, I looked this up, this title. I think it said, I saw in one place it said ego, and then another place I saw book. So someone, if you could help us with the translation of that. The one I saw like with the actual like audio track said book, but I don't want to be incorrect on that. So, okay.
See where we go next. Oh. Ooh.
Oh, shoot. It's a very traditional instrumentation.
Yeah.
Oh my god. It's like a woodland fairy.
Oh, I love this already.
The ring.
shed it. Holy. Oh my god. Oh, did it backwards? Did it just rewind? Oh, that's interesting. Oh. Did he fly?
He ran.
It turned into flapping wings, though.
I thought it was running feet.
No, no, no. My brain just pictures. Oh my god! I don't know. I
might be
assume that
right,
he took flight. I don't know. Maybe you're right, and he just started going really fast. It sounded like because it. This is interesting because we were out of like the darkness and the light that he did with the other two pieces, and this one it's very much nature oriented. The way he dug his hand into the earth and then pulled it out of the soil and then washed it over himself, like he bathed in the nature of it all. And then he cast that off, went like backwards.
That was one of the coolest and craziest things I've ever seen in a dance. That reverse effect. Now when I looked up the translation of this, I said I found two. Those could both be wrong, but one of them was ego. Now that also could be entirely wrong. However, I will say as the performance and the song itself progressed, I felt like a growth of like almost acceptance, confidence, comfortability, because it just seemed like he was shedding more pieces and he was speeding up and getting more powerful to the point that he either ran off super fast or he ran off and took flight. Now, again, that translation, please, someone help me. But that's the feeling I got from the song itself without even needing to know the title or if the title even relates. I just felt like a growth of power and a growth of confidence, because for a while he would almost like he was trying to find, like as he was trying to conduct and try to find the pace and the beat and the feeling of it, and eventually he stopped doing that. He was just power.
Less vulnerability, more intensity in this one. More fierce.
Yes.
It was more fierce for sure. Like he was fighting for something, not struggling.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Like which is interesting if these are like connected in a visual aspect as well as, with the dancing as well, with us ending where it's almost like either a new birth or a struggle towards that light, and then this being out into the light.
I thought about that because it was so foggy.
And the foggy, I thought that too.
That outfit though,
it was
stunning.
Both with and without.
Yes, like that underneath that piece, but that
the like asymmetrical,
cover,
like
yes.
That was so. It just looked so good.
Stunning. Okay, so
like
now we
something
have...
else. They were aspects of him with the wings as well. Like he was trying to jumpstart them. If you notice, like there was a couple times where he went like this, and it wasn't like he was quite ready yet.
Which there were wings,
and it was. I do feel like he was building it.
There were wings with falling down as well. So
yeah, could also just be completely wrong. They're like, stop it.
They're like unrelated. They're like, stop. Okay, so I think this last one is Abyss, if I'm correct.
Yes. I'm going to say regardless, as if they aren't like, oh, no, that's not where we want to be. Okay. Well, I mean, Abyss, that's terrifying. They're all, even if you were to look at each one of these like separately, they're all such like good standalone pieces of art that is just like, they're mind-blowing.
And good,
I could watch this man...
word good doesn't even scratch the surface, but there's no right words for it.
I could watch this man dance all day.
Yes.
All year.
Yes. It's so captivating. Okay, now we have Abyss.
Ooh.
是梦，是梦，沉睡得太久，好像没有尽头。
transition.
Oh, he looked... Hmm. Oh no.
Again,
He's doing the and this as well. He's done this like quite a bit as. Whoa.
That angle effect was really cool.
It took me a minute to realize they were on the wall. Okay. Oh. How? Wow. Oh, wow. The strings. Sleep. Okay. All right, where's the next one? He got pulled back out again. I felt like there were several elements in that we'd seen in some of the other ones. The one where she was like twisting her head around on his chest, he was doing that and falling
some of, like,
down as well. So I felt like there were lots of. I felt like there were different elements to the other songs in that, or to the other dances in that song, in that choreo. I can't speak. I'm flustered. That was gorgeous. He seemed so confused and out of it. And like
I thought he seemed super confused at first too.
Yeah.
And almost like he was, I thought he was searching for himself. And it seemed as though like once he'd kind of found it, he had like this partner. We were back in that sort of like having to have someone or another persona to rely on. And eventually he no longer needed that.
Yeah.
And was very just like
Shine.
graceful and strong and was in the light when everybody else was in the darkness, all on his own.
Because it was like he was underwater and it's almost like he woke up I don't know if the last one kind of forced him into that state of like, wake up, there's something else going on. It's almost like he was like, am I dreaming? And I'm just so out of what's happening. And you almost like become aware. And it's like he just slowly found his way. Like the track itself was very hopeful.
It built into so much hope and
Yes.
light. And the video itself, at some point, we actually have like legitimate sunlight coming into the video.
He was also in white. And they
everyone
were
was in
in
black.
Yeah, which I was like smart, a very smart choice, but like risky because he was rolling around on those floors, and I was like, man, how are his knees staying white?
I just, the part about it being like inside your head does go back again to that. I feel like that internal personal struggle that you have of how you want to continue to grow and break free, and you're attempting to, and you reach these points of confidence. But I mean, essentially our mind and our mindset and our mental state can be an abyss. It feels like sometimes that sucks you back in, and you have to keep fighting to get out of it and keep pushing.
To take control.
To
he
take
kept
that
trying
control,
to take control,
yes.
let's control back.
So.
Which I felt like he kind of did here. And it threw him back in, but he was awake. There was that part where he was awake in the water and he looked right at you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like he went, that scene again where he's being pulled back up to the light, just like in Falling Down. And then this way it like reversed and he was out of it. So I'm hoping that means it's not like it's going to be something that repeats, but it's something that he was able to finally leave and move past or accept.
Or at least knows how to work through that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But I thought it was so interesting the way that they were able to move like water and the transitions between the water and then him being encased in these other like personas or like the other dancers, and he was able to just break free of it. And then their arms were like man,
mine just crack.
Oh,
I do that and you just hear.
You want to see my water? Got him.
Anyway, a genuine question though, like just, have you ever just been so enthralled with someone's grace and beauty that all you can do is just go, wow.
That was
this entire video.
That was just really enchanting.
Entire video today.
That entire journey was very enchanting. Like that was gorgeous.
That was amazing.
Enchanting? Did I say that?
Yes,
I meant
you did.
enchanting.
I was just gonna let it go.
Enchanting.
That was.
I was thinking entrancing and enchanting, and I've combined the two.
That was truly spectacular. That was beautiful. It was gorgeous. So many things. I'm very curious to know your guys' thoughts, or if there's anything that we were missing or did not quite catch, please let us know.
I'm sure there's lots because we know nothing about contemporary dance. We know nothing about normal dance.
Or if anything
normal
came
dance.
out, or if he said anything about these. We don't know anything about normal dance.
Like, that's not normal dance. It's just a type of dance. What am I saying?
We don't know anything about dance. But regardless, we know those emotions and those feelings, and he portrayed those beautifully. So thank you guys so much for watching this with us. We love you so much, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.